Hey, what's going on, Eagles Nation? It's Arkham here. So today, the Philadelphia Eagles, Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni did a pre-draft conference with the media today, and they're kind of asked a bunch of questions. They're kind of like what the outlook is going to be on the draft and how that's going to affect the 20 to 25 season of the Philadelphia Eagles moving forward. Now coming off a Super Bowl, which is still pretty good to hear. Um, Most of it was kind of centered on Howie Roseman. Again, you can definitely tell from listening to the conference how much he's actually grown as a general manager. He mentioned, spots where maybe earlier in his tenure as a general manager, he was very impatient and he would jump the gun a little bit here and there. And again, not every general manager, even as one as recently accomplished as Howie Roseman, is going to hit in every draft pick. I'm sure we all remember Jalen Reagor or Whiteside over Metcalf. These are all notable misses that he's done, but at least in the last few years, he's definitely hit his stride, at least in the first couple rounds, where he's picked almost day one starters within our actual team, which is pretty interesting. And kind of hearing how he drafts and just hearing talk about what he looks for. He looks for, does the player fit their scheme, fit their mold, and fit their kind of family community that they're trying to do? They even had Big Dom be a big part of that actual evaluation period, which was interesting to hear from Nick Sirianni and Howard Roseman that every single person within that building that is part of that organization has a piece on how they evaluate talent. And the biggest thing again is to make sure that they have no off the field issues, and if they do, they address how they're going to fix that. But also, how does that player fit within their organization? Are they a family person? Are they a team friendly person? Are they more individual, or do they kind of are they hungry for more? And interesting to see how they approach that. And another point that I didn't even realize is that Howie Roseman was talked about tight ends because it seems like they have a big topic right now with Dallas Goddard, his future and his uncertainty within the team. He kind of addresses just how being a GM, the tight end position, he's never really had to have an issue with. I mean, I think when he first got brought on, it was Brent Selleck, and he was a staple for the Eagles for years under multiple quarterbacks. And after that was again Zach Ertz, and again he was a number one starter for what 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then right after that was Dallas Goddard. It's almost been like 20 years where the Eagles has had a stable foundation in the tight end position, and it's kind of interesting to hear him talk about him possibly, maybe drafting somebody else or him just kind of like how the draft board's going to fall to him. He's definitely learned over the years to be patient, see how things shake out. If someone that he likes on the draft board is still there, then they go up and try to move up and try to get him. If they don't have that high of evaluation of what's currently there, then they'll move back and get some draft capital for later. So overall, they did get a lot of questions again about the tight end, and he was very coy about what they're trying to do. Again, we're only a week away from the actual NFL draft, so new seasons coming up. It seems like yesterday that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, almost like a dream come true. That's probably one of the best seasons I've ever seen. So I'm looking forward to see what this draft has in store for us and seeing what kind of moves we make. I mean, Howard Roseman again has about 20 draft picks from this year and next year combined. And I don't think we have 20 spots on the roster, even when you combine the next 2 years. So there's definitely be some trading up, most likely, versus trading back, or using some of that draft capital to trade for a player. I know everyone's talking about TJ Watt right now. I'm hoping we don't use a day one or maybe an early day two pick, like second round. I'm cool for a third or a fourth round pick for TJ Watt. But again, the capital is what he's looking for. He's looking for 40 plus million. That is kind of crazy for a 31-year old. I understand Miles Garrett, but I think we have better. Our money needs to be better spent because again, we have Jordan Davis, we have um, Jalen Carter, and then we have all of our new corners, right? Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean coming up. These are all going to be assets that are going to be need to pay in the next 3 years. And to throw in a 40 plus million dollar contract in there, even if Howie Roseman could, finagle the draft cap and the hit, it's still going to be pushing it back later on, and we need that draft capital for those years for those players. So we'll see how it goes. Pretty excited. Again, the draft is almost here. I may stream it, maybe not. It just depends. But hope you all have a good rest of your day. Fly goes fly.